Hello folks, as you can see we're missing the head cam today, but don't worry, we have some head cam footage for you. Today we're introducing a new project because I don't have enough projects. But in my defense, I didn't orchestrate this one myself, it orchestrated itself for me. So let's introduce you to a new vehicle. Let's see where that brings us. Let's see if we can put a battery in this thing. Just leave the doors open for a bit of fresh air in here. Alright, up our bonnet, open the passenger side as well. Bit of air in here. Got some green growth as well. Green grass of home. Now, should have the fuel pump fuse pulled on this from the last day, which I do. Alright, so in order to open the boot, we need some jump leads because the boot lock is gummed. Our boot lock does not work. Oh, yeah, that thing is gonna die. That thing is gonna die. That is not gonna be screaming at me, I can guarantee you that. All right. Well, thanks, new Yacht. I really needed that. It's such a dry day. Needed some of that. All right. New battery. It's up to you. How the heck is this? New Yacht. How does that work? Oh, nice. Nice battery covers. Alright, that's our positive. That's our negative. Or is it? I don't know. Something happened. See if we got power in the car. Yeah, got lights. Alright, I think I heard the boot. We're in. As you can see, we've one dead battery, some spare parts, more spare parts, towing hook, ow, and another dead battery. So let's get this dead battery out and replace it with the new battery. Oh God. Oh yeah, that's what we want. Right, let's try that again. Out! Oh, out, dead battery! Ugh. So many dead batteries. Right, let's get a new battery in here. Ow. Ugh. Oh no, no, Yacht, no! Arg! Don't do it! Oh, what's that? Optional extras. Oh, stop it. Stop being crazy, new Yacht. Okay. Alright. So that's interesting. I don't know if this guy... Been a while since I've been at one of these. Oh yeah, that just pops off there. Nice one. And we can put him back in there. Right, next thing we got to do now is get these coil packs unbolted off here. Alright, these coil pack bolts out. Bingo. I know about number 6, but yeah, we gotta go for it. A little bit more welly on this, I suspect. Do we actually need to unhook them? Can we get enough? Yeah, I think we can just pop the coil packs back out without needing to. Yeah, I think we can do that. We don't need to go undoing the coil packs from the feeds. Mistake all along. I'm a complete moron. You already knew that, but anyway, okay. Wow, that's a bit tight. There we go. There's one out. There's two out. 3. Really? Seriously? Okay, that one's not coming out easy. That one's going to fight us to the death. Feck's sake. Hey, got him. Okay, there's 4 loose. This is going to be a comedy of friggin' errors anyway. Really? More of it. Okay, there we go. Alright, still struggling with old number 6 here. It has failed us, number 6. Now for the magic ingredient. Chainsaw oil. Guaranteed to restore your engine or your money back. See if we can get some into number 5 here. Come on, number 5, get some of that chainsaw oil into you. There you go. Oh, hang on. That might be a problem. So if that was actually in there, you'd actually have some chance of getting the gall darn thing out of there, Damien. Genius. Alright, let's try that. Bingo. Good old number 6. You have not failed us anymore, number 6. Alright, let's get that in there. Give this a taste of the magic ingredient. That's it, look at that. Chainsaw oil. Not just for chainsaws. There we go, look at that. Get in there, get in there. Okay, let's crank this thing over and blend the chainsaw oil into the situation. Right, now we've got a key. The key would be a help. The ignition switch in this car is a bit, how should I put it, temperamental as well. Nice. Well, yeah, that worked. No, we're not going to get that one. Okay. There we go. Torque to spec. Torque to spec. Torque to spec. And torque to spec. Okay. Alright. Let's see if we can get these coil packs back in. Importantly, get the gall darn things to go down onto the plugs. Be also kind of beneficial. That one's on. This one's been lubed for sufficient access. Go on, get in there. There you go. Looks like the chainsaw is even quite handy for getting these things back in as well. The car should just use chainsaw oil for everything. Okay, get the rest in with the old calibrated torque setting here. Yeah. Alright, torque to spec. Okay, let me get our fuel pump fuse back in. Good old fuse 31. There he's in. And close that door. ignition. Magic ingredient. The access portal that we've previously opened for these tasks. Alright, wish me luck. Here goes nothing. Oh. Nice cloud of smoke. We definitely got something happening. Chainsaw oil had some effect on us. Alright, back into the access portal. Oh, she went that time. Needs a bit more of this. She's trying, folks. She's a trying. She's a trying. She's a trying. Let's see if we can get something to happen here. Oh. We got her. Oh my God, that's a, oh Jesus Christ. I guess that's the chainsaw oil. Hope the catalytic converter doesn't get damaged. Okay folks, let's see if we can drive this thing up to the workshop. Oh, that window opens, that one doesn't. So that's helpful. See the lights work. Okay, the engine's up to temperature. Oh, what the heck? Hang on. Yeah, we're still getting a bit of, now there's a clutch in this, so we gotta go like that. She's driving. Ah. Okay, whoa, gearbox is loose goose, so as well we're getting rid of that. Alright, I'm not used to these cable throttles anymore. Gotta say, yeah, not used to these cable throttles anymore. The handbrake works, which is a first for a BMW. Right, that window goes up and down. That one doesn't. Rear does. Well, down. Even more importantly, goes up. Let's try this one. Oh yeah. More importantly, goes up. Kind of. A bit stiff. Okay. Alright, let's see if it'll restart. Oh yeah. No bother. Hello and welcome to the Mossy Yacht. So, why do we call it the Mossy Yacht? Well, the Mossy Yacht came with a bit of greenery around the door seals, and I think it's as bad on this side. Oh, it is. There's quite a bit around the driver's door as well. So, what is the Mossy Yacht? Well, apologies for the wind noise, by the way. There's some gomy storm going on here. Mossy Yacht is a 1997 BMW 520 petrol. And it was given to me absolutely free by a very kind gentleman in Dublin. And all I had to do was pay a little bit of transport cost. And I got myself quite a nice E39 to add to the fleet. So obviously to join the Land Yacht and the Goose and the Panzer and everything else, we now are the proud owners of another E39. And we're going to have to EV this thing. So let's hop in. Seats are in actually pretty good condition for a car with over 200,000 miles on them. To readjust myself in here. Sorry about this, folks. It's been a bit mayhemic in here getting her started up. So, things I really like is it's got automatic climate control, which the Land Yacht does not have. We've got a cassette deck, so that's cool. Other than that, it's a pretty basic spec vehicle, but that's fine. I think my plan is, with this car, I'm probably not going to do a whole lot of car modification with it, but we will do the EV side of things. So, but for a car, 97 car, with a lot of miles on her, is in very good condition, and I'm super happy to be given the opportunity to have another one of these cars. Some of you may remember I did have an E39 Touring, and I was really sad that I had to get rid of it at the time. So I'm delighted now to have this one. Obviously it's a pre-facelift, as I say, 520 petrol, but obviously the that's broken, and I'm not sure about the cup holders, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the cup holders will be broken as well, but that's nothing the 3D printer can't fix. So gearbox is super sloppy, so that's well worn out, which is grand because we're not going to need that. Ignition switch here is quite sloppy as well, but I've kind of learned how to manage it. So we got 211,874 miles on here. So let's see if it'll restart. Oh yeah. Not a problem to it at the minute. Don't know if it'll be that happy when it's cold, but yeah, it seems to settle down. So that's good that I can now start it, because it means I can drive it around here when I'm kind of working away on other projects, because as you know, got a bit of a backlog. Other things that we need to fix: the mechanical boot lock doesn't work, and the electric one is extremely broken. We got loads of spare parts in the back, so that's always positive. The gas struts don't seem too bad, but yeah, probably could do with being changed. Now, one of the main points of me having so many different cars and so forth is that I have different components in them. We use different systems, so we can understand how they work, how well they work, and transfer that information into the open source domain so that other people can benefit. So there's a few different options we could take with the new Yacht, or the Mossy Yacht. You know, you could go down the road of you know, something simple like a Nissan Leaf motor, couple it up to the manual gearbox. But we've already done all that with the E46. So this time we're going to use a new piece of hardware. I'm not the first person to look at this for EV projects. I think there is someone on the Open Inverter Forum that's working on a project with this particular drivetrain. So hopefully what I can do can kind of assist that project and vice versa. So let's go have a look at it. And here it is. Welcome to the, and I hope I get this right, ZF GA 8PHZ gearbox. This is an 8-speed hydraulic planetary automatic gearbox, but instead of having a torque converter, it has an electric motor in there. But other than that, from what I can tell, it's basically from the motor. Let's say that's your motor cooling. There's your resolver and temperature sensor is up here. From there back, it's basically an 8 HP 70. And you connect to your TCM or transmission control module through that plug there. I've been messing about just little bits of turning on power and injecting CAN and so forth here just to see what we can make happen. Now, I've done quite a bit of research on this guy, and it's led me to a few conclusions as to how we're going to use this particular gearbox. So my original plan was to look at actually getting the BMW inverter for this, so we'd have the whole thing, and try and run it as OEM do it in like the 330e and the 530e, whatever G or H or F cars or whatever they are, and go with it in that way. However, few complications there with that approach. And the first one is that the inverter for these is quite an expensive piece of kit. It's the cheapest I've seen is around 500 to 600 euros. Second problem is the inverter has a FlexRay connection to other parts of the vehicle. And I'm not sure how or if it would actually run without that FlexRay communication going on. So that leads us down the route of using a different inverter, which is what we're going to do. So what we have here is a Nissan Leaf inverter that I've had for a while now. It was given to me a few years ago for reverse engineering work, and unfortunately I could never get it to run. And the reason I could never get it to run was because one of these current sensors was actually faulty. It was just giving a constant output instead of actually measuring the current. So I never did anything more with it. But this is the inverter that we're going to use to run our motor in our gearbox. And we'll obviously be using one of the replacement boards that Johannes developed. So we'll be using open inverter control of this Leaf inverter here, and we'll be connecting that up to our BMW hybrid motor in here. Now, I do have, over in my pile of mayhem here, I do have the actual BMW cable for connecting, fortunately, to the 3 phases there on the gearbox, because it's kind of a weird type of a connector. So we'll get that connected up, and that'll be able to run the motor. We have to do tuning and stuff like that, but that's no big deal. Now, that's only half the plan here. So that gets the motor spinning, okay? What it doesn't do is get the power coming out of this prop shaft flange for us here. And that's where we're going to be delving into a new design. So one of the other problems with running the gearbox using CAN in its OEM fashion would be that in the 330e, and I think possibly the 530e as well, you have two limitations when you're driving in electric vehicle mode alone without the internal combustion engine on. That is, the first one is you're limited to a maximum speed of 110 kilometers per hour, which I guess is about maybe something like 65. Not very good. You're also limited that you cannot go above, I think it's fourth gear. So it won't let you go up into the higher ratios, which obviously then would enable you to go faster, potentially. I know internet, I know, don't start going off on one. So that means that we need to take control of the valve body in the gearbox for ourselves. So if you do a look around, and I got the kind of first little tip on this from the guy on the Open Inverter forum that's actually working with this. He's using an aftermarket controller. So I did a little bit of research on that, and it turns out for the standard 8 HP 70 gearbox, it's a very common swap that people do. They put those gearboxes behind all kinds of different engines in all kinds of different vehicles. And there's, excuse me, quite a aftermarket in external controllers. So what you end up doing is taking the valve body out, taking the TCM off the valve body, cutting open this little metal container where the electronics are, and hardwiring the valves to the external connector so you can control them with an external box, basically. So, bit more digging. Turns out there's a few people that make a little PCB that goes in there that makes the wiring of the valves to the external connector easier. So I picked up one of those PCBs, and we'll do a bit of investigation on that and on our gearbox here, because there are a few differences. The standard 8 HP 70, because it's designed to also support vehicles that have start-stop in them, has a hydraulic accumulator. Now in the EV version, let's say the PHEV version, what they do is they put an electric oil pump that runs from 12 volts in place of that hydraulic accumulator. And that basically means that we can build up pressure from a complete stop. Now the motor also chain drives a mechanical oil pump, so you can use either or when the vehicle's moving, be it under electric or internal combustion engine power, or any combination of the two. You're basically running from the mechanical chain driven pump. I'd very much recommend the Weber Auto video where he shows in a lot of detail how the standard 8 HP 70 functions. So with that being said, folks, we are going to be basically developing our own TCM, as they like to call it, based on the open inverter kind of look. So I'll have a little box as well, similar to the likes of the Gen 3 charger controller and the Model 3 BMS controller. But its job will be controlling the valve body in our PHEV gearbox. And that will be, of course, open source, as all of the projects are. And that might even have applications as well for folks just using the standard 8 HP, 70 with different internal combustion engine setups. So that is our plan for the Mossy Yacht, the 8P75 or whatever they want to call it, Gearbox. Now that won't be happening immediately. Obviously, I have a lot of other projects to get on with, but just wanted to give you folks an introduction to the car and what we're planning to do with it, because I think it's going to be quite an interesting project, and hopefully it'll bring about another piece of hybrid vehicle, let's say, technology that we can use for easy conversion of rear wheel drive vehicles. Let's face it, all the best vehicles are rear wheel drive. So, look at these keys. I've never seen these type of a key before. It's got a little light that comes on it here. You press the button. Weird. Anyway, I've been picking up some parts, picked up a prop shaft and a donut and a few things like that, just to have them in stock here, because it's always easier. This is thing people kind of miss out on with their conversion projects, that you end up paying convenience price for things because you kind of need it now, right? Because the project depends on it now. Whereas if you're planning a little bit ahead and you can afford to wait weeks, months, whatever, you can generally find stuff at much better prices. So that's what I'm doing here. Case in point, the prop shaft I was looking for, that will go onto that gearbox and go onto the differential in the car, would be from an E39 530D automatic. Local breakers yard here wanted €250 for one. Got one from Germany, including shipping, €60. So stuff like that will make the projects a lot more tolerable to the pocket. And oh, it's raining. Surprise, surprise. Anyway, was going to wash the Mossy Yacht today, but not today, tomorrow. So that's what we're doing, folks. I hope you will stick with us for this excitement that's bound to flow from this project. One of the other things I'm going to definitely do on this build as well is going to be to retain the air conditioning. I've been threatening to do that on a number of different vehicles. This one just presents the ideal opportunity for that, not least of which because it has the automatic climate control system in there instead of just the manual one like I have on the Land Yacht. And also it looks as if in that car there's no belt on the air conditioning compressor, and I suspect what's happened there is that the compressor clutch bearing has failed, and the previous owner took the belt off in order to stop it squealing. Usually what happens then is the refrigerant leaks out past the seals, so I'll have to check and see if there's refrigerant in the system. If there is, I'll have to get that vacuumed out. If not, we can just go ahead and take the system apart. So, folks, as always, thanks for sticking with me on all the projects, and thank you very much for the support. I'd like to thank the person that's donated this car to me very much indeed. It came completely out of the blue, unsolicited, very surprising, and I had actually been in a bit of a bad headspace for a few weeks there, and yeah, it really helped me to kind of wake back up and realize that maybe I'm on the right track after all. But anyway, not to worry. We will catch you folks on the flip side. Don't forget to dislike, unsubscribe. Don't share this garbage with your friends. They will not thank you. Go find a funny cat video instead. Do check the links in the description to the Open Inverter Forum and the various other people working on projects that I have linked below for your viewing pleasure. Because as I say, they're better than me. So go watch them instead. And for Pete's sake, last time, okay, do not support me on Patreon or PayPal or give me money or cars or parts, because then I do more of these projects and I gotta go and design a transmission controller and all this kind of stuff. Then I gotta open source that. Why can't I just put my feet up and read books or something? No, you guys keep supporting me so I do more projects. Ugh. Anyway, until next time, happy Mossy yacht cleaning.